dark side made this?
This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies, the truth first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real. This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies, the truth first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rant to the Real. The power real niggas get on here and rant. This is the #1 podcast in the top 50. No need to look that up. Google is wrong. I promise they're stealing your data. You should not trust them. I am your host, Uncle Trav, the hardest working in the world. Doesn't matter what it is. Hardest working. Now let's start your day off with eggs, bacon vibes, and I bring nothing but the vibes. It's like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. But I am Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I don't even think I'm saying that right. Anyways, this is a heavy rant special today. Last couple of weeks I've been ranting. That's really because your favorite political party just keeps doing shit, and they haven't stopped just doing shit. So, we can't ignore the elephant in the room as things happen. But we'll get into the big things in a minute. How's my week? Oh, thanks for asking. Week's been amazing. It's been a great week. Very busy. Just like working a lot. So much work I didn't even touch any schoolwork, but we'll fix that tomorrow. Trust me. We will fix that tomorrow. Can't afford to not go to class, yo. I think you ever have a habit of doing something, then you say you're gonna stop, and then you stop doing it for a solid month, and then somehow you end up reverting back to doing that thing. That's how it is with school. It's like I say, you know what? Focus, grind, pay attention. Go up, plateau, fall off. And I went up, plateau. But I have not fallen off. I plateaued, but we're going back on up. I've only missed 2 days. So as long as we don't keep the habit going. But yeah, that's my week. That's a pretty shit week. Doesn't sound very fun at all. But it has been a very regular kind of week. Back in the gym. Oh boy. I hate same thing. Go, get strong, fall off for whatever reason. Something in life happens. Deflate, get weak. Go back, and then you got to deal with that pain all over again. It's the pain that you feel that makes you not want to go. Because I understand that pain of when you lifting and then the muscles start to tear because you're like, I can pick up heavy shit. No, I can't. But I did it anyways. It's every time I have a great stretch, my last stretch, I think, was about 4 to 6 months. And then holiday season came, fell off. And I think last year when it peaked and did my thing and it fell down was when I think the car had broke. I didn't have any way to get around, so I fell off. So it's always something that interrupts the greatness. Hopefully this year there's no interruption to the greatness. But let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what the right did last week. For those who know and don't know, there was a woman who was killed by an ICE agent. And it's one of those things where you have to really think for yourself. You can't really like trust the forums or what anyone else says. It's one of those things where you have to make your own opinion, and you just have to like stand by that opinion that you made. Well, I've seen different angles of this video. I've seen the angle of the other agents. I've seen the angle of the agent holding the phone. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Because when you hear about it and you see other people post it and all this other stuff, they sit there and scream it was self-defense. The ICE agent acted in, whatever. Fuck around and find out that liberal bitch shouldn't have did this, yada, 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 yada. First off, this don't even look like a Hispanic woman. This looks like a white woman. I'm just going to say that. I could be wrong. Maybe she could be mixed. Maybe her white side's stronger than her Hispanic side. That's a white lady. Okay. This is a lesbian Christian white lady who they shot 3 times in the face. For what? Because she was blocking traffic? From the video, it looks like, she was obviously, it doesn't really make sense as to what fully, like, why she was in the street. But she was in the street nonetheless. Her wife is out the car yelling at a different officer, right? Who the officer who did the shooting, he has his phone in his hand recording. Like, what the fuck is this? Why don't you have a body cam? Okay. So he's recording on his cell phone, and he's yelling with the wife. Then he goes over to the car to open the door to try to pull the driver out. She tries to drive away. He puts a shot through the front windshield and then 2 shots through the open passenger door. Or not door, window. All 3 headshot. I fail to see how this is self-defense. Like, in what situation does armed gunmen walking up to you telling you to get out your car not terrify anyone? Even if you did something wrong. Like, let's say you robbed a bank or you did some type of felony, right? And the cops come and they tell you to get out the car, you're still going to be scared. So you think this white lesbian lady is not going to be scared when these people are telling her, get out the goddamn car? Yes. She was trying to leave. She wanted to get the fuck away from them. Since when is lethal force the first step? I'm lost. It's like, you people want to de-gun the police. You want to take everything from them. Okay. But when it comes to the non-police officers, it's like, fuck it. They can do whatever they want. The Gestapos get like 6 weeks of training, and then you send them out to just... What do? You give them a Lowe's card of different shades of brown, and if they fall on this card, take them away? Like, I'm lost. I'm so confused. Like, do they at least have a list of people that they're looking for? Or they just... You know what's funny? Is when I was hanging with the ruffians, and we would go to this other neighborhood so we could fight. It was kind of like the Warriors, where we would all get together, and then we hop on the bus, and then we go to their neighborhood to beat their ass. Or we lose. But no, the very first time I hung out with them, and we hopped on the bus to go over to that side of town to go fight. They told me, punch anybody light skin. Now, mind you, all of us a holiday chocolate. Okay. So the only thing I can look for is anybody light skin. And we're going to the rec center. That's all I know. Because we're getting on the bus, we're going to the rec center, punch anybody light skin, and when it's time to go, get the fuck out of there. Is that what ICE is training to do? Get anybody brown skin. It don't even matter. Just haul them away. We'll deport them somewhere, and then they can have a trial later. These are natural-born citizens that they're getting caught in this crossfire of who's legal and who's not. This shit is sad, yo. Like, they killed this lady for what? And then after he kills the lady, he goes, fucking bitch. Was that necessary? Who says some shit like that in a self-defense? It makes you weep for the people because it's like, you guys voted for this. And there are people out there that will stand by it and will be like, well, she should have just complied. She should have just got out the car. That's your problem now. Complying with every single last person of authority. Why? Why aren't you people pushing back? Why aren't you asking questions? Just because some dude says get out of the car. Why? If the police can't behave like this, why is ICE allowed to behave like this? It doesn't make any sense. Why is it that the president is unleashing the Gestapos against states that didn't vote for him, and when the bullshit falls apart, oh well, should have complied, should have got in line. With what exactly? What was the threat in this? That lady's fucking girlfriend? Oh, so scared. Then, why is he recording on his cell phone? Then, why does he upload this? Then, why does the goddamn presidential office show this video and play it? It makes you not want to be an American because it's like, I'm not one of them. And like, you get it when you look at other things and you're like, I'm not one of them though. Like, I teeter between the left and the right because the window of, yeah, I'm cool with that and nah, I'm not cool with that shifts based on what we're talking about. That's the reason why I don't fully vote, is because I don't fully agree with the left and I don't fully agree with the right. But they both make valid points on certain arguments. There is a fine line between the two, but I'm not going to completely commit to either side. Call it what you want. I just don't agree with it. And then if I have to choose between the lesser of two evils, then no. Someone else can live with that decision. Conscience is free knowing I didn't vote for that orange man in there. Everyone else who did, they got to live with the, damn, I shouldn't have voted for him. You didn't have to at all. You can exercise your right not to do so. That's what I'm doing. I don't like these motherfuckers at all. I'm intrigued to see what happens in the next 3 years. What is he going to do? Is it going to be the couch fucker? J.D. Vance? Fucking loser. But they go and they justify this shooting, and then you got people that are just monsters online. Like, don't get me wrong, everyone online is a fucking monster. The internet's not a safe place at all. So you should not look for comfort there. But Jesus Christ, people. Someone died. You guys are like, oh, well, she should have complied. Fuck that. She shouldn't have to comply. Just because somebody was upset and didn't like the way she spoke to them, or they didn't like her liberalism. Fucking guy. So here's the part that makes it even worse. Is that J.D. Vance is obviously having this conference in an emotional state. He's obviously very emotionally driven when he's giving this speech. And he calls the lady a domestic terrorist. How is protesting terrorism? How is being ICE terroristic? It's like they like to throw that word around a lot lately. Even the Luigi Mangione shooting where he shot that CEO dude. Domestic terrorism. How? He killed one fucking dude. It's not domestic terrorism. The Boston bomber, yes, that is domestic terrorism. 9/11, domestic terrorism. Waco, Texas, that's domestic terrorism. Protesting? That is not domestic terrorism at all. If that's the case, you need to apply this across the board. That Charlie Kirk shit should be considered domestic terrorism. If that's the standpoint that we're going on. It just, like, you're the vice president, and you're supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard, if not for the fact that there's a million people looking at you, for yourself. And then you get on there and emotionally charged rage, scream that she was a terrorist, and that we should be applauding the officer who got rid of her. And then he gives him a full pardon on TV. Why? If it's not racist, it feels like it. 1,000%. If it's not racist, then what is it? Because I need someone to explain this to me. Break it down. Give it to me in the simplest, easiest form. What is it? Because if it's a Mexican or a black person, you're free to do it. If it's anyone else, well, hold on. We got to think about it. Or do people have to raise such a hell for so long time that they actually do something about it? What was it? That Netflix doc with the neighbor who shot that black lady through the door, and they just tried to act like it was okay, like, oh, it was just the stand your ground law, and they kept brushing the shit off for 2 or 3 years, but them neighbors wouldn't let it go, so they had to put that lady in jail. Is it gonna be like that? To where they get forced and they have to put that lady in jail? Was it named Derek, who stood on George Floyd's neck? Where they just wouldn't let it go, so they had to do something? Is this gonna be another one of those situations where they're just forced to do something, not because they want to do something? And you think the government cares about you people? Why? You people put your faith in the government. Why? Break it down. The world is an evil place, and you should not feel comfortable here. Well, at least what I'm trying to say is it's evil outside. And you should be aware of the devil that's around you. Because this shit is insane. The people that are supposed to protect you are the people that are attacking you. And then you get the vice president online that's on the internet screaming that it was justified. And then if you look back, January 6th, J.D. Vance was like, well, we're not really getting involved. That's a federal incident. The courts can handle that. So what's the difference between federal agents shooting an unarmed civilian protesting and trying to leave, why'd you get involved in that then? What makes this different? Is this a family member? Is it the fact that your guy's fucked up and instead of saying we're sorry, you just double down and stand on this shit? Like, if your people fuck up, you gotta accept that. You gotta eat that. You gotta throw your apologies. You gotta get your PR team together. Find a way to cover this up. There's a better way he could have handled this. He could have easily went on and said, this is a horrible incident that happened. The circumstances should have been a whole lot different. We're going to look further into this. No, this man, case closed. It was self-defense, full immunity. I don't care what you people say. Since when do we have to comply to every single last person in law enforcement? I'm lost. Does that include the desk jockeys? Does that include the old people that sit on side in the curb and block the damn road off? Like, I'm lost. Who? What if they don't make themselves known? There's you can go on YouTube and watch a whole compilation of psychos who pretend to be cops all fucking day. They buy those decommissioned police cars. It's not really hard to get a bulletproof vest. You can buy one anywhere. Quite honestly, you can go to a tactical store and get one. And then you can get police Velcro patches from Amazon. You can get a Mason taser from fucking Amazon. If you got a legal carry gun, you can carry your own goddamn gun. You got a decommissioned cop car. Matter of fact, what you could do to even confuse people more is you can buy one of those old ambulance Explorers, take the decals off. They don't take the lights off, so now you got lights. And then you just paint it all black or something. How am I supposed to know this isn't a real fucking cop? And you want me to listen to this guy? You can easily get a radio from Amazon. You can pretend to be a cop for at least $1,000. And I'm supposed to just know that this isn't a cop? Or this is a real cop? Or like, who am I listening to here? We're not under martial law, so what the fuck I need to listen to the government? I need to listen to the army for? They can come knocking on the door all fucking day. If I'm not mistaken, the Constitution states that they can't come take our guns and our women and we don't have to listen to them. That was one of the reasons why it was made, is because the army at the time was just knocking on people's doors. They were taking their money. They were fucking their wives. They were doing whatever the fuck they wanted to the people and then saying, oh, we're doing it to protect you. You owe us. Hence the reason why they made what they made, so it could put the army, the military, all of them in check. So are we now unchecking them? Like, does ICE usurp everyone? They get immunity, and then everyone else still has to fall in line with, like, Geneva Code and all that other shit? Then there's always some fucking fat, overweight loser online that's like, oh, well, you need to listen to the cops. Fuck the cops, okay? They ain't gonna do shit. Especially not these pussies in this town. They ain't gonna do a damn thing. Hey, they might not even come. And I'm gonna honestly say that's probably like that in every state. There's a police force somewhere in every state that's either it's 70-25 if they come. The 70% is they're not coming. Then there's a 50-50 they may or may not do something if they do come in that 25%. And then, I don't know about here, but they just let everybody go they catch. So, well, everywhere else. So here, yeah, they're going to go on a 10-hour police chase. They're going to crash the car. They're going to fucking shoot guns, all kinds of crazy shit. And that guy will be let out. Like the Child I Have dude, the dude who just started firing at the cops. Honestly, if they hadn't killed him, he wouldn't be in jail. We all know that he wouldn't. He'd be free. They'd have gave him a court date and told him don't do this shit again. And I watched that video too. I have a lot of questions for those cops. Lots. First off, why are you trying to get a man that's he's in between a house and a fence, right? Let's call it the alley. And then there's bushes blocking your way, so you got to move them shits out the way. You come up on him, bang, he shoots you. Then the dude that's in front who catches the first bullet, all right, he runs away. But his partner who's behind him, instead of running to the cars, which are closer, runs across the street, behind a house, then starts letting off shots past cars. Like, traffic is flowing down the street, and he is firing at the direction of those cars. What the fuck are you doing? I know they didn't train you in that. I can guarantee they didn't teach you that bullshit maneuver. Why are you in someone's backyard? You're supposed to get behind the engine block of your car, which was closer than the house across the street. And then you damn sure don't go firing at cars driving down the street. Okay. Second, the guy is walking down the street calm as a cucumber. He just chilling. You know you're looking for a murder suspect. You're looking for someone who just shot at two of your fellow officers. He hit both of them. And you know you're looking for someone who's violent, armed, and dangerous. Why do you hop out the car and then say, hey, come here, let me talk to you? Walk up to him, get in arm's reach of him to get shot. I'm confused. Then, I don't know, I could be wrong. Since when can you just dome a fucking dude in the middle of the street? They shoot the guy, they put him down. Okay, cool. The police are they doing their thing, arresting him. She's got the fucking gun to the back of this dude's head, telling him if he moves, she's gonna pull the trigger. Well, he's already dead, but can you do that? Like, I could be wrong, but aren't you supposed, shouldn't you, switch now to non-lethal? Like, the threat's down, you guys are on top of him, you kick the gun away. Can you, execution style a fucking dude that's already, subdued? I don't know. I'm outside looking in, so the heat of the moment is different, but RPD, they make me question a lot of things. I just don't. The rest of the world can do their job, but these fucking guys, they're scared to do anything. But no, I don't know. This ICE thing is upsetting because it's about the amount of people. Truly, it's upsetting because of the amount of people who don't give a fuck about human life and don't give a fuck about other people and their rights. But I guarantee you, when time comes and their rights get fucking trampled on, all hell will break loose, and it's don't tread on me and my rights. At some point, the double standard has to stop. At some point, you gotta look in the mirror and smell the fucking coffee, yo. But enough about J.D. Vance and his fucking Gestapos that work for him, because if not Nazi, then what is it? You know, I never truly understood how people get caught in a cult. Excuse me. Especially people that, join. It's one thing if you were born into it and this is what you know and they brainwash you and, that's not your fault. You were born into the lies. All you know is the lies. But when you know better and you still choose to follow, I'm lost. Prime example, that Waco, Texas shit. When I watched that documentary and the reenactment and all that, That man told them people, like, yo, your wives are my wives. I can fuck them, but you can't. And he was basically like, I'm using Jesus' penis. I'm not using mine. And they all gonna sleep in my house while you guys sleep in one house as men together. And y'all better not be doing gay shit in there. As a man, how do you fall for... I don't even say fall for that. How do you agree or believe in that? How do you accept that? How do you like, well, if it's Jesus' cock, it's fine. As long as it's not his. Nigga, what? How do you... That's crazy because I always say I want to run a cult. I wouldn't mind running a cult. I don't know what we would do. I wouldn't be a religious cult, and it wouldn't be like a murderous cult either, but it would definitely be like one of those stay away from those guys kind of cult, you know? But how do you trick these people into, like, are the men that broken that they just say fuck it and throw it all away, or that they just... Who's pulling the strings? Is it the wife that pulled the strings and told them they doing this? Or did they really get tricked by that little man? And they, like, give everything they have away. Are you that broken inside to where anyone can just, like, deceive you? Like, don't get me wrong. The religious cults probably are the most influential. But at what point do you realize, you look up and go, hey, something ain't right? Because you got to know. The writing's on the wall here. The writing is on the wall. Something is broken. Now, don't get me wrong. The people that are born into the cults, it's not their fault. Okay? Like, their mom and dad told them that this is the way it is. It's like the North Koreans who didn't know that the rest of the world existed. It's not their fault. This is what they were told from birth, okay? They were told their whole entire life that everyone else was inferior and it didn't exist. The Mormon children, they obviously were brainwashed into the cult. It's a whole nother story to be like me now and then being like, oh, I think those Mormons got a great idea and then just go fucking join them. No, it's a goddamn cult. Why would I go do that? The people join because it's the ladies, and then they get stuck, and then the ladies like, what we're doing, whatever Father Jedediah says, and that's how it works? Or is it like Father Jedediah just was great with words, he butted you up, and then like he told you could stay with him? Or is it like homeless people they help get on their feet? I don't know. It's $1 million questions. I need answers. But all right, y'all, we're going to call it a day. We're going to wrap it up. We are hitting our 30-minute mark. We got to end it. I got to keep these short and sweet. You know, I like the sweet spot. I like the 30-minute spotlight. I think that's best. We're best for the company. You know, this is a paper company, and we handle paper products. But no, sweet spot is 30 minutes. I really love and appreciate everybody sticking out with me. I understand that the videos lately have been a little due to the software issue, but I think that issue is no more, and we are up and running. So next week we'll have thumbnail. Well, tomorrow we'll have thumbnail and all the things we're supposed to have. Huge shout out for all those that stayed down. I don't care how many of you are. You guys are amazing. I will be posting back on the social medias because now I'm like 7 ahead instead of a week ahead. So it works out now. But yeah, tune in next week, y'all. Hopefully nothing happens and we can talk about things that truly matter. But you know that's not going to happen. Deuces, y'all.